A city of dreams. I stepped out of the taxi, the warm air buzzing with history and the scent of souvlaki. Athens. I couldn't stop smiling. My hotel was lovely, but the city was calling. Like an old friend I hadn't met yet. I dropped my bags, grabbed my camera and walked out the door. The sun was bright, the sky a perfect blue, and the city hummed with life. My plan? No plan. Just wander and let Athens reveal itself. Of course, I wanted to see the Acropolis, but I wanted to find it my own way. The real magic isn't just in monuments. It's in the little streets, the quiet corners, the faces of locals. So I started walking, soaking in every detail. Every building seemed to have a story. Every balcony overflowed with flowers. I passed the busy tourist areas, but felt a pull to a quieter street. Sometimes you have to listen to that little voice. What's over there? I turned down a narrow lane, leaving the noise behind. Suddenly, I was in a world of cobblestones and quiet charm. My heart beat with pure joy. This is what travel is all about. It's not about ticking boxes, it's about feeling something real. I felt like a kid in a candy store, but the candy was ancient history and the promise of a delicious meal. I wasn't just taking pictures, I was trying to capture the feeling of being exactly where I was supposed to be. The adventure had begun. The street I chose felt like a secret pathway. It twisted and turned, painted in soft pastels, shutters closed against the sun. A cat watched me from a doorstep, then vanished into an alley. I felt like I'd stepped back in time. Modern Athens faded away. Each corner revealed something new. A tiny church, a doorway framed by ancient vines. An elderly woman swept her step, giving me a warm, crinkly-eyed smile. We didn't speak, but we connected. The sounds changed. Traffic faded, replaced by the clink of glasses and children's laughter. A canary sang from a balcony. I slowed down, absorbing every detail, listening to the city's rhythm. I was so caught up in the magic, I didn't realize how far I'd wandered. My phone stayed in my pocket. I was on an adventure, who needs a map? But as the sun dipped lower, I realized my daydream of stumbling onto the Acropolis might be a little off. The first flutter of panic. Every winding alley looked the same. A beautiful, confusing labyrinth. I stopped at a tiny intersection, unsure which way I'd come. The confident explorer in me suddenly felt small. I tried to retrace my steps, but every turn felt wrong. My phone had no signal, of course. The feeling of being disconnected, once liberating, now felt scary. The city, once friendly, seemed intimidating. The quiet streets felt eerily silent. No one was around to ask for directions. The friendly was gone. It was just me, my useless phone, and the realization that I was completely lost. For a moment, fear surged. What if I couldn't find my way back before dark? My grand adventure had taken a sharp, worrying turn. I took a deep breath. Panicking wouldn't help. I stood still, closed my eyes and listened. The city's symphony was still playing. I just had to tune in. Pots and pans clattered from a kitchen window. Someone was making dinner. The fear faded, replaced by curiosity. I wasn't in danger, just somewhere new. I opened my eyes, seeing the neighborhood with fresh perspective. I noticed details. Ironwork on balconies, a single red geranium, a faded poster. The city revealed its character, layer by layer. I peeked into a workshop. An old man mending sandals looked up and smiled. Another small, perfect moment. This was the real Athens, not the postcards, but the living, breathing city. Getting lost forced me to slow down and connect. I was no longer just a tourist. I felt part of the neighborhood, even if just for a while. The destination didn't matter anymore. The journey was everything. As I wandered, I heard a guitar. I followed the music and found a young man playing on the steps of an apartment. He finished, noticed me and grinned. "You like?" he asked. I told him it was beautiful. I admitted I was lost, trying to find the Acropolis. He laughed. "It's far. You look tired. And maybe hungry?" My stomach rumbled in agreement. "Come," he said. "My uncle has a cafe. Not for tourists, for us." His name was Nico. As we walked, he shared stories of his life, his music, his family. I wasn't just getting directions, I was getting a personal tour. Nico led me through winding streets, but this time I wasn't scared. We stopped at a plain wooden door, no sign, just a hidden entrance. He pushed it open, and we stepped into a secret courtyard. Trees formed a leafy canopy, fairy lights twinkled, and tables circled a bubbling fountain. The air was filled with the aroma of garlic, oregano, and grilling meat. I had stumbled into paradise. This was the kind of travel moment you dream about. A local, a secret spot, an invitation into their world. I couldn't say yes fast enough. The adventure had taken a delicious turn. The courtyard was an oasis, peaceful and beautiful. Nico's uncle, Costas, greeted us with a booming welcome. I felt like a guest at a family gathering, not a customer. No menu, just, "You hungry?" I nodded. "Good, I make you something special." Nico played guitar softly as we sat by the fountain. His Aunt Maria brought homemade white wine, crisp, cold, perfect. We toasted, "Yamas to our health, to this moment, to new friends." The food arrived. Feta with olive oil, sun-ripened tomatoes, grilled octopus, and lamb chops over charcoal. Every bite was a revelation. The taste of real Athens. As we ate, neighbors filled the courtyard, laughter and conversation swirling around us. I didn't understand the words, but I understood the feeling: community, connection, joy. I sat there eating the best lamb of my life, surrounded by warmth and music. I had gotten lost, panicked, and then found something more wonderful than any monument. I had found the heart of Athens in a hidden courtyard. The city had welcomed me as one of its own. This was the real souvenir. I felt overwhelming gratitude. Sometimes the best discoveries are the ones you never planned. After the meal, I tried to pay, but Costas and Nico refused. "You are guest. Nico's friend is our friend." I promised to return. As we left, I noticed a mural on the courtyard wall, a scene of the sea painted by a family friend. Nico pointed out more street art: an owl for Athena, a boy with a kite, a burst of color on a plain wall. The neighborhood was a secret gallery, art woven into its fabric. Getting lost had given me a gift, the gift of seeing with my heart. I was experiencing the living, breathing present of Athens. The city wasn't just ruins and museums, it was vibrant, creative, and welcoming. I felt lucky to be part of it, even for one night. The streets were no longer a maze, but a treasure map. I'd found joy in the unexpected. Nico walked me to a familiar street, pointing me toward the main square. We exchanged a hug. We are friends now. The walk back to my hotel felt different. Athens sparkled under the night sky, alive with energy. The Acropolis glowed above the city, but my heart was full of other memories. I meandered, savoring the sights and sounds. Street vendors, music, laughter. The city was a living organism, every person and light part of its whole. I felt deep affection for this place that had scared me, then embraced me. Back at my hotel, I was exhausted but exhilarated. I looked back toward the hidden courtyard, my secret Athens. I'd set out to see an ancient city, but found its heart instead. Sometimes the best discoveries are the ones you stumble upon. Back in my hotel, I sat by the window thinking about my day. The excitement, the quiet streets, the panic, and the kindness of strangers. The taste of lamb, the sound of Nico's guitar, the warmth of his family. The best things in travel are the surprises, the detours, the moments of connection. Getting lost taught me it's okay to be vulnerable, to let go of the map and trust the journey. When you do, amazing things can happen. A hidden cafe, a new friend, a part of yourself you never knew. My trip to Athens was about more than sights. It was about feeling the city. The best souvenir isn't a statue, it's this story, these memories, this gratitude. This is why I travel, to collect moments, stories, connections. Thank you for coming along on this adventure. The world is full of hidden courtyards waiting to be discovered. Embrace the detours. You never know where they'll lead. It might just be the best part of your trip.